Welcome again, Keepers of Light, and I call you that because you are just that, a keeper of light. It is a very peaceful place to be in, whereby I have no idea what is next to come from me, to come through me. There are moments before making these recordings, where I find myself trying to pre-plan the words and then realizing that it is exactly this predicament, and I call it a predicament because it is like self-proclaimed problem that we are in when we assume that information exists in what we know already, or what others share about what they know. It is a very big problem because what happens is we just wind up circulating the same sameness as pertains to even those things that we call resolutions, that it is just the same resolution if it is now coming from the source by which has already occurred. The thing of it is that there is a misunderstanding that space and that silence does not itself contain vital information for us, and that if you have, and I'm hoping you have or already, and if you have not, then you might want to go to listening to an earlier recording I had made with regard to seeing the whole picture. And so silence and space are themselves part of the whole picture. They're the missing parts to a better understanding, and therefore a better or a more whole experience of reality. But in order to receive the missing information that you are knowing, because you are now listening to this, that you are knowing exists. In order to receive that, you must be willing to turn down the volume to all of the existing information that prevails, that is prevalent and being pushed forward to us. At perhaps every moment of our conscious awareness, conscious and unconscious. There is nowhere where you can turn and not be in the midst of a barrage of information, much of it very misleading information. And this is when it is intentional, but even when it is not, very misleading in that without seeing and without exposing yourself to the other side of the coin, the missing side that you must make a point to find ways to expose yourself to, whether it be via meditation, and I use this word delicately because there is no prescribed way that I propose, as long as you can find your own way of connecting to this aspect of reality that is much ignored and much neglected, because it is and it has become an addiction of humanity to be informed in the same way that it has been common. And I put a period here because I find myself making run-on sentences here. So I apologize for that. But I'm hoping that, and I'm confident that you will receive here what you came here to receive. And so This is why I encourage you to love the silence, to love silence as much as you love sound, to love space as much empty space, or what would appear as empty space, as much as you do space that is filled with physicality. I encourage you to set aside the stories that you bear in mind as descriptions of who you think you are. Stories about what we think life is about, even. I myself have no answers as to what any of this is, really, except that in this very particular moment, and when I enter this same such moment as that I do when I enter into these recordings, I can say with a higher level of certainty than I have ever had that the words I speak are of a higher level understanding to life than I have ever experienced. So this is why I share this with you, because the newness of it, the freshness, the source being that of a more complete rendering of information than I could ever offer were I to completely rely on my intellect. But we are in a very special period of time, having chosen together to meet in this point of evolution, and some would say the point of ascension. Regardless, we are here paving a way forward to a deeper appreciation a more complete realization of ourselves and of the nature of beingness. Where we are at a point where the unseen and the unknown has and is coming to be appreciated as it should have always been. As it and our focus on it is now becoming a way to freeing ourselves from any sort of imprisonment that we have created around ourselves. So in effect, we are freeing ourselves and as we free ourselves, because we free ourselves, we hold and keep the light. Letting it shine the way for others who are also ready for this new experience of reality. Thank you again, keepers of light. And I look forward to our next encounter. Until next time.